My name is Greg Reynolds. I'm an applications engineer at Cypress Semiconductor. This video is a brief introduction to the low power modes available in the PSOC3 family of devices. The increased demand for portable electronics means that more and more designs must rely on batteries. There is also a continuing trend towards reducing power consumption in all types of devices. The 4 different power modes that the PSOC3 offers allow a design to easily and dynamically minimize power consumption and maximize battery life in low power and portable devices without sacrificing required functionality and processing power. PSOC3 power modes in order of typically decreasing power consumption are active mode, alternate active mode, sleep mode, and hibernate mode. Active mode is the primary mode of operation for the PSOC3. When in active mode, all resources are available for use and can be turned on or off with firmware, which can dynamically control power configurations using the power management APIs provided as part of PSOC Creator. Most Creator components also have their own specific power management APIs. When a resource is disabled, the digital clocks are gated, analog bias currents are disabled, and leakage current paths are reduced as appropriate. Alternate active mode is very similar to active mode, but offers some power savings by allowing the firmware to disable certain core resources while other peripheral resources remain active. The most common configuration is to turn off the CPU and flash memory while continuing to run other resources at full speed. Interrupts will wake up the PSOC from alternate active mode and return it to active mode. Since resources can still be active during alternate active mode, it is actually possible to increase power consumption rather than reduce it. When used properly, however, power consumption can be reduced with no impact to system performance. In sleep mode, many of the internal functions are disabled. Internal voltages are reduced to keep only some system resources awake. Configuration states are preserved and SRAM memory is retained. GPIOs configured as digital outputs maintain their previous values, and external GPIO pin interrupt settings are preserved. The device can only return from sleep mode in response to a specific set of interrupt wake-up sources. Typical sleep mode current can be as low as 1 microamp. The resume time from sleep mode is less than 15 microseconds. In hibernate mode, nearly all of the internal functions are disabled. Internal voltages are reduced to the minimal level to keep only vital systems awake. Configuration states are preserved and SRAM memory is retained. GPIOs configured as digital outputs maintain their previous values, and external GPIO pin interrupt settings are preserved. The device can only return from hibernate mode in response to an external I/O interrupt. Typical hibernate current can be as low as 200 nanoamps. The resume time from hibernate mode is less than 100 microseconds. When a wake-up event occurs, the PSOC3 is always returned to active mode, and the CPU is automatically enabled, regardless of its previous configuration settings. Active mode is always the default power mode at startup. Wake-up events are configurable and can come from an interrupt or a device reset. A wake-up event always restores the system to active mode. Firmware-enabled wake-up interrupt sources include power supervisor circuits, the central time wheel, I/O pins, and internally generated interrupts. Internal interrupts can come from a variety of peripherals, such as analog comparators and UDBs. The central time wheel can also provide periodic interrupts to allow the system to wake up, pull peripherals, or perform real-time functions. Reset event sources include the external reset I/O pin, watchdog timer, and precision reset. The versatility provided by the different power modes available in the PSOC3 family of devices allows designers to maximize battery life and reduce overall power consumption. The information presented in this video can also be found in the Power Modes section of the PSOC3 family datasheet, available for download at cypress.com. Additionally, there are application notes and code examples available at cypress.com to help you quickly learn how to use the various power modes available in PSOC3.